Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, party people? We are all the way live. Hey, let's see if we can get some people on here, man. Share this live right quick. Share this live. We are here. Brothers, what are we doing here? What are we
What's
doing here?
happening, man? Hey, man.
Celebrating.
Talk to him.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, homeboy.
Happy birthday, man. I tell y'all what, man. If y'all, some of them y'all may know, but recently it was the Founders Day for Omega Psi Phi. So when CJ was like Happy Founders Day on the phone call before we got on, I thought we were celebrating Omega Psi Phi again. I was like, bruh, I love y'all, man. But how many times we gotta be celebrating? He was like, nah. Us founders of Black with No Chase. I was like, oh yes. So
that there go TY. Let's
right,
make sure his camera right before we add him to the stage. Hey, where you at?
Right, man.
I just pray that he we not hearing 20 TYs at the same time, man. So TY to the stage.
I can't even give him no applause because he got the circle. He's got the circle.
Wait,
we can't get
he got the circle.
Man, he outside the club.
Damn, not the circle, man.
Outside the club.
All right, so look, I know we're not gonna stay on here long. We're not gonna stay on here long. We got about maybe 20 minutes tops. And we got some people that have come into the live. If you're here with us and you've been rocking with Black with No Chaser for a month, a day, or the entire 6 years, we want you to chime in the comments and let us know who you are, where you are, what you're doing.
Hey, I really want to know though, for real, for the day one. I'm talking about you've been here for like 4+ years, right? I'm not even gonna say if you're here for 6 years, that's crazy. But if you've been here for 4+ years, just make yourself known in the comment, man, so we can really say thank you. Not that we are less appreciative of the folks that's coming along, right, yesterday or 10 days ago or 3 months ago or a year ago. It's just always good to see folks have been out there, so kind of going through the growing pains of being where we at now. And I just want to say on behalf of the whole squad, thank y'all so much.
Yeah, man, for real, man. We started this day, man. TY gonna get on eventually. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay,
now.
Yeah, man.
So look, some of our viewers are showing up as Facebook users. So if you could, I'm going to post the link in the comments. If you could tap on that link and then allow StreamYard to access your Facebook name and picture, and then we'll be able to see you and call you by your name. So please do that for us. What you got, CJ?
CJ don't have a damn thing because I don't know what he was about to say. But what I'm pretty sure he's gonna say that some along the lines of y'all just celebrating 6 years of Black with No Chaser being in existence. It's been being in business, y'all, and we joked about this recently about like MBAs and whatnot. But you could have an MBA and you could go through all the business schools you want to go through, but being in business and running a media company is a tough job. You know what I mean? It's a tough job.
Yes.
Yeah. It ain't for the faint of hearts. This media thing is a 24/7. If y'all know the conversations we have, I don't care if it's CJ DMing or texting us at 3 a.m, me texting at 1 a.m, being on different coasts and different parts of the country, being out the country sometimes and trying to like actually still get the work done. And so, I think it's a good time though. Maybe we like reintroduce ourselves about who we are and where we at, because I think a lot of folks don't even know we really not all in the same place at the same time.
No, we're not. That's a good idea.
That's true.
Go ahead, Rillo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cirillo, aka Rillo. And I'm in Washington DC, and I am the CIO for Black with No Chaser.
All right. Tyson just pulled up to the set, man. TY.
What it do, family?
What it do, man? We just introducing ourselves to maybe some of the folks that may not have known us, because we often are behind the scenes and things like that. So Rillo just introduced himself. I'll introduce myself now. Y'all, I'm CJ, CEO of Black with No Chaser from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Man, it's it's been an incredible journey so far for us. You know what I mean? And it still feels new and it still feels fresh. So to be celebrating 6 years, man, is it feels good. So I'm gonna throw it over to Tyson since he pulled up. Yeah.
Real quick though, yo. And by the way, man, I'm from the South, from New Orleans, right? So just to be clear, I live in DC.
Yeah.
But I'm from New Orleans. All right.
That's right. That's right. We all from the South, historically black. Historically black colleges, and this is a historically black business, like a mug. So
hell yeah.
On that weak ass.
TY.
Well, look. What's up, everybody? Tyson Jackson. I am the COO of Black with No Chaser, one of the co-founders with these brothers right here. I actually hail from Champaign, Illinois, but my roots are deeply in Mississippi, North Panola, Tunica to be in fact, as well as all the time I spent down there in Jackson, Mississippi. So even though I'm a Midwestern born and raised, I'm a Southerner at heart, if you will. When I live in Washington, D.C. now too. So
I see.
That boy from Champaign.
Champizzle.
Champizzle. My name is Chuck. I still drive a truck. And I made 2 beautiful kids.
All right.
Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my wife, Shallon. I love you. I love you. So I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama. I now reside in Gulfport, Mississippi, and I've been in Mississippi since 1999, and it's because of for the 99 and the 2000. It's because of Mississippi that I know these brothers that I am assembled with here today as we celebrate the 6th anniversary of Black with No Chaser. And somebody reminded me the other day, actually 2 people. Shout out to Trina B, who's also in the comments right now.
What up, Trina?
Yes, our Black with No Chaser team members. Really integral part of the shop. We've been doing some development behind the scenes of what the shop will look like for 2024. And in addition to Trina B, Donald Fats Brown. Did I get Fats last name right?
Yeah, Fats. Yeah. What's happening, Fats?
So Fats was like, man, I remember when it was just a hashtag. And Trina said the same thing the other day when we sold our first Black and No Chaser shirt on the I Got It Made website. Before we built out the website, the blog, before we started having the writers come on, the interviews and all of that, it was like this rallying cry or like this banner that you could wave online to really let people know, who you are, where you're coming from, and how you represent and how you show up in spaces. So
that's right, bro. I mean, like it's funny that you would say a symbol, because like when we finally decided to take it from the next level, from a hashtag to a rallying cry to even like instantly just starting a social media page, like the idea was I want to build a team of Avengers. Like what would my team of Black Avengers look like? And like, so constantly, I mean, like all of us, we were already working together on stuff since college. You know what I mean? Like we made it to Glue, and like literally we have been working with each other since our freshman year of college. And a lot of the things that we've been able to create as a result of that have been things that have been sustainable. And I don't think at that time we even realized that we were building the infrastructure that will become at some point Black with No Chaser. But 20 years after What's Up Wednesday, for example, here we are with Black with No Chaser, and What's Up Wednesday is still a thing at Tougaloo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I identified Rillo as someone. I met Rillo when he was still in law school, man.
Hey, man, I gotta tell this story because I feel like
go ahead, do that.
Because I want y'all to know about CJ. This is me, the first year law school student at Mississippi College in Jackson, Mississippi. And I don't even know exactly how I caught wind, or even me and CJ crossed paths. I don't know, because I think Shokwe was at the school one day, And that was actually supposed to be my first job before I interned with Stamps and Stamps, which is around the corner from law school. I was supposed to intern with Big Showquay because a mentor of mine who was like locked in arms back in the day, Black Panther Party, civil rights movement attorneys, Indesha Jukali. And so Indesha was like, hey, you got to meet Showquay, who's the mayor of Jackson, which is Big Showquay, not Showquay, Little Showquay. Anyway, Showquay out of school, I was like, yo, bro, you don't know me, but so-and-so. So I told him what I wanted to do, which was be an entertainment lawyer. He was like, bro, you got to highlight my guy, CJ. So he gave me CJ number. CJ, now look, ducking and dodging me for the longest, right? For the longest. And I just ran up on him one day. Look, and ran up on him. I was like, bro, like, I'm like, can we sit down and meet? So he said he finally was able to sit down and meet one day. We met at the Penguin.
Yep.
And I don't know if the Penguin is still
sounds about right.
The Penguin is not there. It's something else now.
Not there, but if you was
Penguin
was
a local meet spot for Black folks in Jackson, right? It was one of the higher end spots in Jackson. Right?
Beautiful, right across the street from Jackson State.
That's right.
And you see everybody in there.
Yes.
And so CJ we sitting outside that day. I believe they had some seating outside, and I asked him. I said, bro, man, I just said flat out, I want you to be my mentor, bro, because I heard you doing sports entertainment law. And usually when you ask somebody straight up to your face, to their face, they may try to be like, hey, I'm gonna try to find a way to work this brother into my schedule. CJ was like, nah, I just ain't got the time for that. I was like, oh, okay. But he was like, bro, good luck. And then my number, he was like, yeah, man, best of luck. And so fast forward, I want to say, no, for real, this is a true story. Fast forward, and I'm still, marching my way trying to do sports entertainment law, and CJ one day hit me up on Facebook, and he was like, hey, bro, I'm about to we starting this company, dog, and you've been out here writing and advocating. He was like, bro, we wanna. I was like, bro, just like come get down.
Yeah.
And that was really the start of it. But the last thing I'll say about it though is that y'all need to know how many people were recruited into the first. I wish we had like way back when.
Man.
When BWNC, bro, we had like 50, 60 people in a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Facebook
talking Black Window Chaser all day.
Notifications was going crazy, man. Crazy. It was like a party though. Like it was cool. Like I love thinking about like the first days. Like, yo, I don't know if the chat still active. Like I've been kicked off of the social media twice since. I don't know if I can say, you know what I'm saying, but like that's the interesting thing, man. Is like it started off. It was always fun, but it was always intentional about, and like none of us like necessarily came from a journalism background, but we all had like dynamic personalities in our own right.
Hey. I work for the school newspaper too.
Well, hey, my bad, dog. TYD worked for
the part of the yearbook. Staff. Just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Look, bro.
Well, I didn't come from a journalism background, and when we started it off, it wasn't ever just going to be just a social media page. Like we always were intending to become a company, a real thing. But it was at a time when that was needed, bro. Like the type of voices that we were bringing to the table were needed at that time. This was like during the height of the Ferguson Revolution.
Yeah.
It was right before Freddie Gray and things like that happened. It was right before Black Panther dropped. Like in November of 2017, like we decided like we are going to lean into this, and like within a few months of creating this, we started noticing people started catching on with what we were doing. Like we probably started off at first maybe 1,000 followers, which were mostly our friends. Thank you to the friends that supported us when we were initially starting. And by the time Black Panther hit the ground, bro, we went from 1,000 to 7,000 to 50,000 within a week, bro.
Yeah.
And like to say we've never looked back, like that's an understatement. Go ahead, Rillo.
Now I was gonna say, man, because Shout out to Leslie really quickly. Honestly, one really like voices behind Black with No Chaser, and really doesn't get the credit. And this is by me, no way, not giving anybody else credit on what they've done, because we have a ton of amazing writers, Black writers that like honestly some of the best in the business. But I'm really bringing up Leslie because it's the goddamn banana post, and to this day,
let me see if I can pull that up.
Me personally, right? I still didn't understand the banana post. I don't know. I don't even know if I even still understand it right in this very moment. But it was a banana post that literally, when I say viral, there's viral and then there's viral. Like millions and like it was millions. Like people got hold of this banana post.
I still don't understand that post either.
Can y'all pull it up?
I think that was a large post, actually.
Bro, dog, understand how far this was back. To pull that post up, you would have to go back to the origin of Black with No Chaser's Facebook page.
This before we even had a website.
That post, bro, before anything, all we had was Facebook.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I really bring up the fact that like sometimes you be like, yo, man, like where's my place in life and where I should be going, things you understand. There's some things that are not meant for you to understand. There's some places that meant for you to be. And Black with No Chaser was meant to be somewhere. You know what I'm saying? At the moment, I was like, dog, I woke up. CJ was like, dog, it's doing it. Like, I don't even know what's happening, but it's doing it. And bro, I'm like, dog, what the fuck is this banana post, dog? Even if I think about the meme itself now and the yellow banana on an opaque kind of white background and whatever the thing said about the banana, to this day, right? I'm telling you again, I don't
even remember the banana post.
Neither do
I think I remember the notifications though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So the banana post and it was a Black Panther breakdown. Those were like two of like first big posts, and that was one where I made a list of songs. Was that 2000? No, that was 2018 when I made the list of songs that I rather listen to than the national anthem. But but like we had several posts to kind of like launch us being viral, and I guess like then we began to understand like, yo, the platform we were building, we were always building for the purpose of it being, like us using humor to get people in the room. But then once we got you in the room, we wanted to talk to you about some real shit, like as much real shit as possible. But it was bring people in the room, grow the platform, grow the brand, and then become whatever it is that you intend to become. And in a lot of ways, we become a lot of things since then, from a media company with multiple, shows and podcasts, to content creators in our own right. We've helped organize things like the Mississippi Prison Reform Coalition, Mississippi Bail Fund Collective. We told the story that sparked the outcry in the state of Mississippi as far as the Mississippi prison reform movement is concerned. Like we were the ones that broke that story nationally. And so like when you really like take into account, like it started off as us on a Facebook page 2 years later, or 3 years, like 3 years in during the pandemic, we were interviewing Academy Award nominees, and like we were creating like the Black Lunch Break, and stuff. So like it's been a pretty cool journey. Like we didn't. Yeah, go ahead, T.Y.
I do think that it's one part to add in to kind of bring it back to the beginning of where this started, and it gives credit to just kind of being in that moment and being able to really articulate what we're seeing and what we're experiencing. I go back to you know, we were sitting there, I think it was at your house, CJ, and we had the conversation about right after Mike Brown. So this is 2014, right? So right after Mike Brown, and we talked about the images that the media was using to depict us, and we in that conversation of saying, okay, you know, looking at the graduation picture that you had, where you cracked a joke and made Bill Clinton fall out of his chair and laugh, and that being captured in the picture, and then the picture that we took during Halloween when you dressed up as Kanye with the microphone and a glass of Hennessy and asked the question, if they gun me down, which picture would they use? And from that, catapulting that into just understanding what viral moments and how they happen. But the challenge there was, as Black people, we have a place, and it's our right to define our place in this, and not the right of anybody else to define this for us, because the definitions and the images and the narratives that they were using always depicted us as less than. So in that challenge to media, and also the challenge that we're issuing to social media, is that as Black people, we have a right to be here. We have a right to exist, and we have a right to talk amongst ourselves and share things amongst ourselves without outside interference and without outside narratives coming in and defining that for us. So just wanted to throw that in there, kind of
facts. No, that's
the
major
reason
facts.
why we do what we do.
Yeah, no, you major, like that's totally on point. Like, we created Black with No Chaser to be a unapologetically Black space where we weren't fucking code switching. We weren't censoring the way that we talked about it, because code switching is exhausting, bro. Like, and most of us were, we were sick of having to be in environments where respectability or whatever was dominating how we had to show up in a space. And so we were creating our own space and creating our own narratives, and we use Black with No Chaser for that purpose. Like, hey, we are about to, hey, when we give it to you, it's gonna burn when it goes down your throat. But we still go, yeah. Hey yo,
hey boy,
you know what I mean? But like that's the truth of it, bro. It's like, how can we how can we create something that's literally going to be allowing us to to thrive in a world where, you know what I mean, like a world where it's been difficult to exist as human beings. And like we understand that our culture is really driving the heartbeat of a lot of these things, a lot of these platforms, and we needed a way to do what we do our way. And to be honest with you, at that time, I don't think that there were a lot of people talking the way that we were talking then.
Man, for sure. Like you can see, I would say it's 2023 now. I would give us what, like 2019, 2020, we started to, the quote unquote, the big Black brands that everybody knew about. There were a lot of people that started to show up how Black with No Chaser has always shown up. And kind of like unleashing the Black part of themselves that probably their family would only get to see.
Yeah. They took they kicked their shoes off finally. You know what I mean?
LinkedIn Black folks.
I'm about to say, not even just Black people, dog. Like established Black brands.
That's what I'm talking. That's who I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm about to say, yeah, I don't want to say people.
No.
These brands that were already here before us.
That we respect them.
But yeah, respect the work. I mean, somebody got to kick some doors down and do some things, man. Because and I think that like every door you kick down, there's another series of doors to be kicked down, right? Afterwards, right? Subsequent to you kicking that first door down. And it's almost like, how you get to the door, there's another locked door, it's another locked door, it's another locked door. And it's like we provide the keys that like kind of blaze a trail, if you will, not just for folks coming after us, but for folks that came before us to kind of be more unapologetically themselves, which is dope to see. Because, it's if you believe and we believe that we all in this together and everybody has their kind of role to be played. We really didn't even know exactly what role we were going to be playing. I think that it was less about what role we were going to play to the public, but more providing a safe space for each other. And it just blossomed into becoming like a community of safe spaces for other Black and marginalized people to kind of exist in, because of the energy that we created, and the vibes we created within the brand of itself, right? So it became a culturally specific to Black with No Chaser because of the people that joined in to Black with No Chaser. And so goes, I think, the entire brand.
Like and the thing is like that's what we understood. Like, damn, we got a strength here in the ability to galvanize people, the ability like to help people have feel like maybe like give them the permission to be liberated and be free in that way. I know, man, I'm holding this cat, man. But like to give them the permission to like be like liberated and be free and be unapologetic in that way. And now I think we're moving into spaces where we are trying to do that again, but like in different ways, like with new horizons on on deck when it comes to being creative, when it comes to being you know having even more of our own spaces and doing things even more of our own ways and utilizing our voices and our platform to leverage power and to create systems. Because I think like for us, the things that we talk about offline, people may not realize because they associate Black with No Chaser with memes, associated with whatever they associated with, that the things that we're working towards are much bigger and much deeper than it just means. Like we really want to 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 be to empower the culture, like for real, in a whole bunch of ways. And so like we're working towards that in 2024. And like that's the thing that's most exciting to me.
But fellas, I mean, like this is another important point to be made here is that like for folks out there, because so many times, like, bro, honestly, people come to me and be like, yo, bro, y'all do that social media thing, right? And I'd be like, I mean, yeah, we're on social media. But I think that too, though, in terms of controlling our own narrative as a brand, maybe it's also a good time to talk about like things that we actually do.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
you know, Chuck from a production perspective, you know what I'm saying? TY from a radio production and tech and organizational perspective to CJ and to me to myself. Like I feel like because not that I get agitated by it, but I'm also sometimes the onus is on us to make sure that the public understands about, you know, what Black with No Chase is all about. And that's not, and so when we say things like we just as good in the streets as we are in the tweets, but when we say in the streets though, we don't just mean like literally like just going out and organizing or being in the streets making noise, which we will do. There's like we are a multifaceted company.
FaceTime video.
Now corporation, I should say, that has a myriad of things happening behind the scenes that sometimes like we can't always talk about because of NDAs and other things that we have going on. And then other times though, it's just not the right time to talk about it, right?
Yeah,
and,
shit. We could get funky right now with some shit. Like I think you're absolutely right, Cirillo. Like, so yes, there are things that we do that people have no idea that we do. Like we do production for other people right now. Like we produce other people's shows, podcasts. We do marketing for other people right now. We do their branding. We develop their campaign strategies. We when I ain't just talking, I'm not talking about political campaigns. I'm talking about like it might be a marketing campaign or it might be something they do. We run other people's social medias for them, or at least give them strategy. We consult them on these things. We create our own content. We create our own you know, workshops. We're working on a tech venture right now. I mean, we can say that like it's Black with No Chaser got tech coming. We got merchandise.
We got bro.
We got merchandise that was selling so fast that we couldn't keep up with the demand because like it was just impossible. Like we were making it and printing it on demand, and so many people were ordering it that we had to slow down. So we are like, I mean, like we do all those things, but there's even more things that we as Black with No Chaser do and are working towards. You can we could talk about those things. I feel like I feel comfortable talking about them. That was one thing that I was gonna say, but we've met with, and a lot of people don't know this. We met with Fortune 5 companies in the United States to hold them accountable for ways that they show up with Black people. Like literally, we have called them out on social media and said we demand a meeting with you right now to talk to you about this, and they have met with us. And those are, I mean, like huge companies, bro. And so, in that regard, I think that's the most, to me, like that's what Black with No Chaser should be, and that's what we should be like really leveraging it, leveraging our power, leveraging our influence, galvanizing others around things that matter, and then using that power and influence to create opportunities for our culture, but also create accountability mechanisms for those that often marginalize and oppress us.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
We're another thing too is like we're also like, I think we always say it's like a force multiplier, bro. Like we are highly engaged and highly supportive in Black businesses. Like we don't like we've literally published Black businesses free of charge onto our page, and overnight have successfully grown a platform by thousands of followers overnight, bro.
Yeah.
And so, it's to us, it's not just about making money. I think that, of course, I mean, like we have families and we have, like, we got to try to make a living. The fact that I just saw a stat today that the average family needs to be making 11 to so many thousand more per month just to sustain itself from what it was in 2 years ago is significant.
It's crazy.
And I think that, for us, we were talking about this, like, it's not that we want to, I think we want to make money, but we also want to make a brand that we're proud of and not sell our souls, you know what I'm saying? The process of it.
Integrity.
We talk about integrity at the highest, because we understand what we mean to our community. And I think that, like, so they're really just saying that because, like, any opportunity we get a chance to work with folks, we definitely have a hand in. I think that we've done more, like, kind of sort of less of that lately. It's not because we don't want to, but I think that, and sometimes, I seen a quote the other day that sometimes you gotta make more time for less to grow. Right? You have to make more time for less. And I think that what we've done as a brand is made more time for less to focus on the things so we can bring a bigger and better, a more impactful Black with No Chaser to the people that follow us and trust us as a community. And I think that and CJ alluded to this about becoming more involved in the tech space, from e-gaming and stuff like that, to membership-based organizations. And so I think that as we begin to, like, restructure, and I think that in the very, very, very near future, and I mean, when I say near, I mean Q1 of 2024, there'll be a different Black with No Chaser that's showing up. And we're looking forward to bring y'all that. But again, though, and then this is for anybody out there, is like, take that to heart about making more time for less to really kind of recalibrate in this new year and kind of figure out how you can be a bigger and better self, whether it's yourself or your brand. So that'll be my message about where we at right now with Black with No Chaser. That's for sure.
For sure. I appreciate that, Jamila. She said, aside from Watch Them Throne shenanigans, my favorite thing about BWNC is the effort I see to unify and equip the Black community for greatness. Excellent work, guys. Thank you, Jamila.
Beautiful.
Really appreciate that.
And bro, and that really talks about the BWNC money talks, man. Like, and this is really more so like, the people that have invested in that, and shout out to the entire group of fellas up here, man, TY and CJ and Chuck, man, and really like the collaborative effort of 10,000 plus people now within BWNC Money Talks. It's a stratosphere of people from beginner to expert level and those all in between, trying to figure out a way to actually, like, from a financial empowerment perspective for Black communities. I think that single-handedly, that group, if we did nothing else, has shown proof that the power of the collective and how we organize our folk. I think that for those watching this, if you're not part of BWNC Money Talks, I would definitely get involved with BWNC Money Talks, because it's for any and everybody that's looking to actually coalesce around financial empowerment Black communities.
It's people that started investing when BWNC Money Talks came out that are millionaires now. Like they weren't, you know what I mean? Like they had just started when we like that have told me that, you know, because you were doing this, because y'all were doing this, I was able to start doing this, and this is what happened for me. And so like that's a phenomenal thing to hear. You know what I mean? It's like oh wow, like you don't realize the impact that you maybe have made on somebody until like they verbalize that impact to you. But like with No Chasing Money Talks, there's going to be hella content coming out. Like we mapping it out right now, and we're gonna have guests this year. We're gonna be inviting business people who have created their own businesses. We're gonna be inviting leaders, people who are doing well in investing. Cause I've been taking down we've been taking down the notes. We've been asking y'all what it is you want to see, and we're asking for a reason. And so like content is going like this is the year of Black with No Chaser creating his own original content and being very, very intentional about a lot of the original content that we are creating across the board. Watch Them Thrones is one of the biggest success stories that we have, right? Like it was a in the top 5% of shows around the world in 2021, I think, or 2022. Like globally, it was the top 19 podcasts in the United States in entertainment. And so when you think about that, like that's the impact that we have the ability to have. The thing is now, like we're building those systems up. We are scaling those systems. We are scaling those brands, and we are doing that with these processes for the purpose of like really doing something incredible with y'all. So we just want to say thank you again to everybody who's rocked with Black with No Chaser. I want to make sure Tyson and Cirillo have a chance to say what they want to say before we get ready to wrap this thing up. I know we've been on here for a minute. T.Y. Rillo?
T.Y., what's your favorite Black with No Chaser? What's your favorite Black with No Chaser moment?
That's a good question. My favorite, it's hard to pick one favorite.
You gotta pick one.
I'll tell you my favorite. Tyson can be thinking about his. My favorite was the first viral post that I did on Instagram, which was Colin Kaepernick. I wrote an article about Colin Kaepernick. And it was the first time on Instagram we reached it was in 2018, I think. We reached about 50,000 people, and we reached it in telling it was an all original story. I literally wrote it on my phone on Instagram after grabbing a picture of Colin Kaepernick and telling the story of Nike posting a billboard in Oakland downtown square and what the significance of that was as it was facing the field. And it went crazy, and I still wasn't quite sure why, other than that was a current event. But at that time, we were had a very small following on Instagram. But I think that was the spark that energized me to want to lean in even more into how we create it for ourselves on social media. And so, yeah, that was an exciting one.
I think my favorite Black with No Chaser moment is when you, Cirillo, and Sika on the Black Lunch Break interviewed Clifton Powell, Pinky from Friday. I mean, he, if you will, is a character that we've seen in so many different movies, B-list movies and C-list movies or whatever, but these are movies that are endeared in our community. But him really sharing a piece of himself and really just opening up and talking to both you and Sika, just man, he's known y'all his whole life. It was just a reunion kind of conversation, and you're talking with your uncle who just giving you all this knowledge. That was, I go back and watch that interview so much because it was a testament of those movies that Clifton Powell are in sometimes don't circulate outside the Black community. So Clifton Powell was still ours. He's not pop culture yet. He's still ours. And we got a chance to talk to somebody who who's like that in our community, man, that was amazing.
And for somebody who has had a track record as him as an actor, man, over the years, for him to actually tell us like this is one of the best interviews he's ever had. He's like, yo, top, and like to me, I was like, damn, like to think about what CJ said, really, which was like, you know, it's not like we with some journalism majors in school or we did anything journalistic. It's just like being people to another person, and I feel like for him to feel comfortable enough to really share and be like and remind, like I remember me saying like, yo, this Black with No Chaser, right? I was like, yeah, this Black with No Chaser. All right, I'm about to give y'all Black with No Chaser, and I felt like by him like coming on under the moniker or name of Black with No Chaser, like really allowed him to kind of feel that space, but then us to really be what he needed for us to be, for him to really be himself on our platform, was definitely like one of the doper moments, though. Like it was, damn. You know, while y'all was talking, like as CJ was talking, I was like trying to run through my head, and then TY started talking. I was like, oh damn! I was like, I'm trying to figure out exactly my favorite moment. But you know, honestly, it was I don't know if it's my favorite, but this is really like it just kind of like it was just the most recent, and I feel like but it definitely was like really heartfelt was during the last CBC this year, and I couldn't get to the actual viewing, but seeing y'all like the way it looked, the way it showed up, all the interviews before I actually came to the convention center in Media Row for Congressional Black Caucus 2023 ALC. Yo, like almost hit a thug tear in the Uber, dog, going from to and from, because like to think about the countless hours, like literally blood, sweat, and tears to like get Black with No Chaser to be at this particular juncture, the people we come in contact with. We had Sean Paul on the platform, bro. Clifton Powell. We had Anjanou Ellis, bro. One of the best interviews to date on Black with No Chaser, dog. Like you name it, people have actually graced the page of Black with No Chaser, and like to see it in that moment, members of Congress stepping up, like having these black, super dope black conversations about black people and black communities. I was like,
Congressman Al Green.
Yeah,
Congressman
man.
Al Green, that might have been the blackest interview.
Yes, dog.
Any member of Congress has ever given that I've seen, bro. And again, I think it's a testament to being
he
black.
sat down like this. Oh, it's Black with No Chaser? Oh, I get
okay. And I'm about to give it to you, Black with No Chaser. And yo, like, I mean, honestly, man, you gotta think that, like, you know, politicians, bro, you know, and folk that have a brand to protect, you know, come on our platform and not even knowing, but I think end up feeling like, yo, there's a safe space for me here. And I think that at the highest level, that's the case. But even wherever our folk may be at, that's the case across the board. And like, that's what, in that moment, I was like, damn, we got politicians out here just unloading on the platform, not even caring about where this may go. And you know good and well, they ain't going to be on no CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, ABC, CBS, you name it. They ain't on there talking about that. Right. Not like, and y'all, like, that was just to me one of those defining moments about who we are as a platform and how far we come, and to be in that moment, dog, and to see y'all, bro, like to see y'all on there, three brothers with our sisters, you know what I'm saying, with Candace and Angela and Kelly, bro, people working behind the scenes, dog, like, and then knowing Verizon came up to us like, yo, like, what kind of cameras y'all using? We had Verizon come up to us asking us, little old Black with No Chaser, Verizon Fios, like, hey, y'all, like, we just trying to figure out how y'all doing what y'all doing. And I think that, like, to me though, is again a testament to the fact that like the work product is there. I think it's just a matter of time before we are one of those big news companies. But the cool part about it is that remaining autonomous, if you will, from in terms of who we are as a brand. And the last thing I'll say is this. Every conversation we have about Black with No Chaser, I'll be outside of the BWNC family, whether it be angel investors, potential investors, or whatever the case may be, our number one thing that we always say is we need agency and autonomy over our brand. Yeah. Short of that, ain't no deal to be done. And so just so y'all know, we've had opportunities to make deals to damn near sell Black with No Chaser off at this particular juncture had we moved forward from a corporate structure exit strategy standpoint, and we ain't selling. We not
we ain't
like
selling it, we ain't selling out. Like that's
We ain't selling
the
out.
for sure. Like that'll never happen. Like we will continue to be who we are. And yeah, like Rillo said, we have had opportunities to have lots of dollars thrown our way.
But I also I think in that is our greater purpose, and that purpose is not going to change no matter what.
Right.
As we're looking at this next frontier where we're going in this tech revolution, this digital era that is coming up, we understand why we're needed, and it's not by happenstance that this started in a digital form, and how we looked at that communication of understanding where we are in our generation of being this internet generation, the generation of the computer, and how it is our job and responsibility to be ushers of the next generation into this place. But as we look at that, we know that there are certain threats that are coming against us as a people in this, and if we don't have the resources and putting the resources in the people's hands, then we're going to miss out on something huge. So as we move forward, I just want to keep digital equity in mind as an organization, understanding that that's our purpose, is to create an equitable landscape for us as Black people as we move into this digital one. So there's no place of selling out for that, because our purpose is so greater than just showing up and being a media company or being an agency, a media agency, or being influencers and creatives. Our purpose is rooted in something that is deep, that is everlasting.
Yeah, like that's man, that's absolutely right. Like be on the lookout. Like we are working towards the present and the future right now with Black with No Chaser, and like we're working intentionally towards those things. There's some very significant things on the horizon. In the very near future, we're going to be creating systems that will have a seismic shift in the way that business is done, in the way that a lot of things are done when it comes to Black with No Chaser, and when it comes to just the culture in general. And like we can't wait to share that with y'all, and give you more of that. So like we appreciate those of y'all that have rocked with us since 2017. We appreciate y'all that have joined us since 2017. We want to say thank you to the people who have contributed along the way to the growth and success of Black with No Chaser. Like everybody who is a Black with No Chaser alumni. Like we got so much love for all of you. Like even as I'm thinking about today and what we're working on, like a lot of y'all's faces come to mind. Like a lot of them have gone on to do amazing things in their own careers and lives and things like that. And so like they, that's the fam forever, and a part of a part of the fabric of our story. And so with that being said, man,
While you said that, I want to give a shout out to the Black with No Chaser radio crew.
Yeah.
Sika and Dollar.
Sika and Dollar.
And holding it down. If y'all not on Black with No Chaser radio, go to your app store, look up, just type in BWNC, you'll start to see it, BWNC radio. Download the app, listen in on the music. It's an opportunity for you to, stop trying to figure out what you're gonna play next and just let the vibes hit you.
Some of your favorite artists go.
I'm about to say, if y'all want to actually be a part of the actual radio show, like actually it could become part of that channel and the programming for it. We've had folks reach out to us. I think that Sika and Dollar may have a bit more information about how you can get plugged in. But I think the opportunity to have more programming as we enter 2024. I know that's slated for 2024. So this is like another opportunity to kind of like expand on the BWNC platform. And so yeah, like y'all definitely tap in, because opportunities to be on that joint.
And last thing, so shows, events, all of it is coming. 2024 is coming, dog. Like is coming, dog. Like
Brown Liquor and Chicken and Black No Chaser is about to actually yo. I'll let y'all know.
It's coming, dog. Like we coming to y'all this year. Like
Hey, we gotta start traveling.
The first place we touching down this year, we gonna be in Vegas in January.
Oh, yeah, Vegas. Yeah,
so
Vegas first second week we get a year.
So we coming, we like, look, when I say it's about to get, like, literally, if you ain't signed up for our email list or whatever, to be able to get the newsletter and to be able to get the first notice of what's going on with Black Window Chaser, please do that. Go sign up for that newsletter, visit our website, do all of that. Go to our different social medias and figure out how to get plugged in so that you can know what's about to happen with Black Window Chaser, because we dropping it at the top of the year. Top of the year is Black Window Chaser is hitting different, and is I mean, we set big goals. We set some astronomical goals, and we gonna reach them because we set some big ones for this year, and we reached them. We reached a lot of them. So that being said, man, thank y'all so much for celebrating with us. Thank y'all for helping us get to 6 years. Most businesses don't make it to 5, so we blessed in that regard. Thank God for that. Thank God for these brothers, Tyson, Cirillo, Chuck. Thank God for the vision in general, man. And with that being said, we're gonna keep it moving forward. We're gonna keep thinking black and living black unapologetically, and we about to do our thing. So thank you to all of you. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.